Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of my discord.py bot development tutorial. This will be a pretty long series in which I go through different commands and different functionalities of how to fully create a Discord bot using Python. This first episode is going to be very beginner friendly. It's going to be purely how to set up the bot and actually how to create a bot and get it in your server and make it respond to at least something we say. With that being said, just because this is such a beginner video doesn't mean we won't be getting more advanced. In the next couple videos, we will be getting a lot more advanced, trust me. But for now, this is what we're going with. But if you already know how to create and set up a bot, go ahead and go past this video, go to the next one where we start diving into detail about actual commands that you can create. With that being said, let's dive right in. The first thing you want to do if you want to create a bot is you want to go over to the Discord developer portal, and I'll leave a link down in the description for the website to this. It's literally discordapp.com/developers. Go in the description, click on that link, and it'll take you here. You have to sign in if you're not already signed in, but it's pretty easy. And then in the top right, you'll see a button that says new application. You're gonna go ahead and press that, and then this is where you put your name for your bot. This doesn't directly correlate to the name of the bot; it's more the name of the application, but put the name of whatever you want. I'm just going to put YouTube test and press create. And then you'll be prompted with a lot of information about this application that you just created. But right now, Discord doesn't know that you want to make a bot out of the application because this could be used for anything. So what we have to do is go over to bot over here, and we have to press the button on the right that says add bot. So this will pretty much initialize the application as a bot. It's telling Discord we want this to be a bot. Press yes, do it, and now you have a bot. So we have this bot created. Now we need to get it into our server. So in order to do that, go ahead and quickly, before you do anything else, go ahead and check all of these intent boxes. So the presence intent, the server members intent, and the message content intent. Check all those. Press save changes. It'll help you later on down the line. The next thing you want to do is go over to OAuth 2 on the left hand side and press URL generator. This is how we generate the URL to invite our bot to our server. You're going to press bot in the middle, and you're also going to press applications.commands. This allows us to use / commands and some of those newer features. And then go down to the bottom where it says under the bot permissions. This will pop up, and you're going to want to press administrator, and this will allow our bot to do everything on our server. Obviously, if you don't want your bot to be able to do everything in your server, then don't check this. If you just want to send messages, then you can go ahead and press just send messages, but I don't see any reason as to why you wouldn't want administrator. If you're the only one with access to the bot, then you should want to have administrative purposes to do everything in your server. Once that is done, go ahead and press copy at the bottom to get that link. Go into a new tab and paste that in, and that will take you to the invite, which will allow you to invite the bot to any server that you'd like. Alright, so now the next thing you want to do is go over to the add to server, click this drop down and click whichever server you'd like to add it to. Go ahead and press my YouTube tutorial that I made just for this, and press continue, authorize, and you might have to do a CAPTCHA. Not 100% sure, but go ahead and just take you through the process that it gives you. Alright, just check I am human. If it makes you do the CAPTCHA, then do the CAPTCHA obviously, but I don't think it will make me. And there we go, it says authorized. So now if we go over back into our server, you can see right here, we have over here on the right hand side, we now have our bot in our server. So fantastic, we've created our bot and we've invited it to our server. Now let's start getting into actual coding of the bot where we can make it respond stuff and get it online in the first place. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can actually run your code for your bot or like host it. The main two ways is either hosting it on your computer, where you can have code directly from your computer and you're taking all modules from your computer, so all of it's stored on your computer. And you can use something called like Visual Studio Code. There's a bunch of different IDEs. You can even use the Python integrated IDE. But if you were to use something on your computer, I'd recommend using Visual Studio Code for that. Or you can take the other route of having it online through a website. I recommend Replit or repl.it. I'm on the link right here. It's just replit.com, or you can do repl.it. That'll take you here as well. This website's very good. I'll go ahead and dive into later detail how to use Replit to host your bot online 24/7, so it's never offline. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and use Replit, I'll talk about the advantages in a later video. But if you're using Replit, go ahead and follow from here. So you're going to want to log into your account. I believe you can just use Google to log in. So it's very, very easy to use. And you want to press one of the many create buttons all around here. There's one in the middle, one on the left, and one on the top right. Press one of those, and then you'll be prompted with this as create a REPL. And you want to click Python because that's what we're using, and put the title in of your bot. I'm just going to put YouTube test and press create REPL. And once this finishes loading up, we now have our environment for us to put code in and run our bot. So the first thing that we want to do is import a module called Discord. And I'm quickly going to talk about the advantages of using REPL. So when I import Discord, you don't actually have to install it separately. If you were running it through something like Visual Studio Code, you'd have to go into your command prompts or your shell or something, use pip install Discord, and you have to install all these modules separately. Whereas REPL, everything is kind of in the cloud, and obviously when you run a new REPL that doesn't have a module already installed, obviously it'll run that automatically through the shell, so you don't have to worry about that headache. Anyways, we're going to import Discord, and then we're going to create a variable called client. And what client is, it literally means, or you can also some people call it the bot. You can call this bot if you'd like, but it essentially is our bot. I'm going to use client just because that's what I've always used. Completely up to preference, but this is our bot. This is anytime we reference anything related to our bot, we're going to use client dot something, client dot get guild, or like there's a bunch of different things that you can do with client. You're going to be using it a lot, so go ahead and initialize this variable by doing client equals, and then we're going to do and we have to import one more thing actually, and that's going to be importing the commands part of Discord. So we're going to do from discord.ext import commands. So we're taking something from the discord.ext module, and we're importing specifically commands out of that. So that allows us to make commands. And we're going to do client equals commands dot bot, capital B, and then we have to create the command prefix now. So we do command underscore prefix. So this is, if you've ever used a Discord bot before, this is what goes before the message that the user sends. So if, like for example, if you want to kick someone, you do like dot kick or question mark kick. So it's what goes before the command, and what allows the bot to actually know that this is a command because it has this prefix before it. So command prefix, you can put this to be whatever you want. I'm going to put mine to a dot. I've always used dot, whatever you want. A lot of people use question marks, exclamation points. It doesn't matter. This could even be a word. You could be like bot, and then so if you were to run a command, it'd be like bot kick, and this would call it. So it can literally be whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and just put a dot, but again, whatever you want. Then we have to clarify the intents that we want to use. If you don't know what intents are, that's not a huge deal, but pretty much it's kind of like what allows the Discord bot to actually use some of the features from the server. It's like permissions. So I'm giving it the intents to use. So you do intents equals discord.intents.all with open parentheses. So this just allows it to use all intents. If you remember back when I was in the developer portal and I told you to check all these, where's it at? All these intents, you see present intent, server members intent. This will allow us to use every intent. Just if you don't understand it, don't worry about it. You're going to need it in very, very soon in your bot. So, all right, now we've created our bot. Now we're going to do client.run, open parentheses, and inside of here, we're going to put a string that is equal to your token. So your token is kind of like your social security number kind of for your bot, except not really because you can reset it, but it's the password that allows us to use your bot. So anyone with access to your token can use your bot. So I'd be very, very careful with who you give your token to. Just try to keep it as protected as possible. One thing to note about REPL is if you have a normal free account, then all of your REPLs are public, which means if you hard code your token into here, like if I put my token into here, then anyone with access to this link would be able to see your token. So be careful when using online IDEs like this and putting your token out there, because anyone can always come to this website and check out what your token is. And as soon as someone gives gets access to your token, they could do very bad things to your server. Like beforehand, when I was talking about the permissions, if you give your bot permissions to everything administrator and someone gets access to your token and logs into that with their own bot that allows you to pretty much delete your entire server, then they're able to do that because you gave the bot the permissions. So that's why it's very important to keep your tokens safe. But how do you get your token? So go back to the Discord developer portal, go back to, I think it's general information, maybe? No, bot, that's where it is. And then right in the middle, you'll see token. And then for security reasons, it can only be viewed once. So every time you view it, you have to reset your token. So press reset token. Yes, do it. Now I'm going to have to enter my authentication code. So I'll be right back. All right, I've just entered my code. And as you can see, it says a new token was generated. Be sure to copy it as it will never be shown to you again. So after you leave this page, this token will be hidden again. So go ahead and press copy and put it right here. So now this should work. If I haven't done anything wrong, this should get our bot online. Hey, this is future me kind of coming back as I'm editing, and I'd like to mention something about the token. I had briefly touched on how the token could be kind of accessed if someone got access to this website. Since REPL is a public program and anyone can access this unless you obviously pay for it to be private. But I do want to mention one thing that REPL has, which is really useful, and I recommend all of you to do this, just in case that does happen where someone gets this link somehow. There's a way to hide your token in a way called, over here you'll see the secrets or environmental variables. And then if you go over here, you can actually make a new key for your token. So I can call it token and then put the value equal to my token in here. Go ahead, just copy my token. And don't worry about trying to steal my token because by the time I upload this, this will be already reset. So, and then you just press add new secret. And now you have a token secret right here. And instead of hard coding your token into here, what I recommend you doing is do something called, well, first you need to import OS and go os.getEnv and put token. So now when you run your bot, it should work by grabbing the value from token. So there you go. It works just like that. So you don't have to put your token directly into your code. You can actually put it in a secret where no one could see except yourself. You can obviously see it. So yeah, just I would like to bring that up, and I recommend all of you to do that for the safety of your bot. So go ahead and press the run at the top of REPL, and this is what I was talking about, the package configuration. It's automatically going to install Discord for you, so you don't have to worry about any of that. So if you were to import something that's not already installed into that REPL, it does it for you. So, but as you can see, we get these messages that don't worry about that, don't really know what that means. If you go ahead and open up, you see now our YouTube test is online. It's under the online now. So yeah, we have our bot now online, but currently it doesn't do anything. I did make the command prefix dot, so we can do dot help, which this is a generated help command it's pre-generated using the Discord class or the Discord module, sorry, and it pretty much shows all the commands that you have created. But as you can see, we don't have any commands besides the help command, and I'll show you how to make a custom help command later on, because this help message is kind of ugly in my opinion, so we'll be able to create a custom one later on. But for now, it has no other commands, so let's go ahead and create our first command. So to create a command, you're going to use a decorator called client.event. Don't do that. So to create a command, you're going to use something called @client.command with open and close parentheses. Sorry. Inside of those parentheses, you can pass a couple things. I'll talk about it later, but just know you can pass some things inside of these parentheses. So anytime you have anything in Python that has open and close parentheses, there's always something you can pass, or at least something that is possible to pass. So you can throw in something else, but we'll talk about that later. Then we're going to async def, the name of our command, and then we're going to pass in ctx. So what this means is, if you don't know the difference between asynchronous programming and synchronous programming, basically just you have to understand the words. So asynchronous programming, using this async keyword before, pretty much means that you can run multiple asynchronous programs at one time because it's asynchronously running them, which means it can run multiple at one time. If you were synchronously running it, so if I just had def, I didn't have the async, then what this does is it runs the command and it does not run anything else, any other part of the code until that that exact function is done. So that's why we would put async before all the commands, because we never want one user to be inside of a command that, let's say maybe a command takes 10 seconds. Maybe it's a guessing game that lasts 10 seconds or something like that. We don't want a user to be inside of that and then no other user to be able to use the commands, any of the other commands. So that's why everything is always async. So async def hello, and then ctx is just passing this. You're going to pass for every single, pretty much, yeah, every single command you need ctx. We don't need it, but pass ctx for all your commands. This is where we're going to be using to do everything. To send message, remove message, add reactions, all of that is going to be used through ctx. So, like I said, we're going to use ctx to send message. So we do ctx.send, and then we put a string that says whatever we want to send when someone runs the command hello. So running back over this, we've created our client with a command prefix equal to this, and then we say at client.command. So there's us using that that variable client again. And we create a command using the client, and we asynchronously define the command hello, and we pass ctx, and we say when this command is run using this prefix. So this prefix and then this command name. So dot hello, we're going to ctx.run hello. But as I said, we're using asynchronous program. We need to await everything that happens inside of the program. So we need to await ctx.send hello. So let's go ahead and rerun the bot. We're pressing stop and then start. And then now if we come back and we do dot hello, as you can see, our bot responds with hello. So there you go. There's your first command. And again, you can say whatever you want. It's just a simple command, but I'm just trying to show you how commands are created, why they work. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this is a very, very beginner tutorial. I'm just trying to show you how to create a bot and how to get it online and responding to things that we say. But don't worry, in the next couple videos, we will be getting a lot more in depth to some harder concepts. So don't worry about that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, and check out the next couple videos where we get into more in-depth commands and functionalities that we can use inside of Discord bots with Python. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.